10 o'clock Pacific Daylight Savings Time on Wednesday night, the 5th, or the 6th of May 2026. We're getting a last view of a previous galaxy, and I am going to go ahead and reinitialize it here because I'm not sure whether or not we actually had NGC 4647 in our view, but it did look familiar. Let's watch it develop here. Okay. NGC 4647 is this fainter, more elongated galaxy in our 30% E-zoom view. It has an angularity. I'll give you the data on it as our launch-in for the NGC 4650 to 4699 series. It's a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 11.3, 2.9 by 2.3 arc minutes in size, spire with a bar, lowercase c, and an angularity. 62 million light-years distant. Right Ascension, 1243.32, with a declination of plus 11 degrees, 34 minutes, and 55 seconds. We've now had 2 stacks displayed on the screen. I'll push the magnification up. These are 30-second exposures. And I'll give you the data on NGC 4649 after skipping one in Draco too far north. Galaxy in Virgo, obviously. It's also Messier 60. Its magnitude 8.8, 7.6 by 6.2 arc minutes in size, elliptical class 1, 58 million light-years distant. Puts it at about the size of Messier 31, about 150,000 light-years in diameter. RA is 1243.39 with a declination of plus 11, 33.08. And with that, we're about to complete our 3rd stack. Let's watch this. And it did brighten a little bit, and we're now about to launch into the 4650 to 4699 series, completing the second half of the century for this evening. Okay, our first stop is NGC 4651 in the 4650 to 4699 series. It's a galaxy in Coma-Virgo Galaxy, magnitude 10.8. Looks like it's got an angularity, but that's not declared here. 4 by 2.7 arc minutes, spire with a lowercase c, and peculiarities. 54 million light-years distant, means it's probably about 70,000 light-years in diameter. Right Ascension 1243.42 with a declination of plus 16, 23.36, and moving on. NGC 4653 was just barely visible, I thought, from the beginning, but quite diffuse galaxy in Virgo. Magnitude 12.2, 3.4 by 3 arc minutes. Spire with a bar, lowercase c. 114 million light-years, puts this at about 110,000 light-years in diameter. RA is 1243.50 with a declination of just shy of the celestial equator of minus 33 minutes and 41 seconds. NGC 4654 is quite obvious in the middle of the field. It's a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 10.5, 5 by 3.1 arc minutes, spire with a bar, lowercase c, and an angularity. You can see some arms wrapping around from the southeast to the northwest. Here's our 150x view. 60 million light-years distant. Right Ascension 1243.56. Declination plus 13 degrees, 7 minutes, and 33 seconds. NGC 4655 is now getting reflected light from a roof tri and street lamps. Galaxy in Canis Venatici. It's magnitude 15.3, but it's a little brighter looking than that. 1 by 1 arc minute spiral, 320 million light-years distance, so maybe 110,000 light-years in diameter. Right Ascension 1243.36 with a declination of plus 41 degrees, 1 minute and 6 seconds. NGC 4656 has got a spectacular neighbor, but let's go ahead and have a look at this very irregular galaxy looking here. In Canis Venatici, magnitude 10.5, 15.3 by 2.4 arc minutes, spire with a bar, 28 million light-years distance, so maybe 110,000 light-years in diameter. Very irregular. kind of right-handed versus left-handed, isn't it? RA 1243.58 with a declination of plus 32 degrees, 10 minutes and 17 seconds. Pushing the magnification up to 150x. Yeah, you can see its extension going all the way out to about there. Okay, intriguing. There's an NGC 4657, which is probably this section here, Galaxy in Canis Venatici. Its magnitude 10.6, 1.1 by 0.7 arc-minute irregular galaxy. So I don't remember what the distance was. This one was 27 million light-years distant. They're probably in collusion. Right Ascension 1244.06 with a declination of plus 32 degrees, 12 minutes and 30 seconds. NGC 4658 is quite apparent on the field. It's a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 12.5, 2.1 by 0.9 arc-minute, spiral with a bar, lowercase bc, so Milky Way class galaxy, 112 million light-years distant, but smaller. Right Ascension 1244.37 with a declination of minus 10 degrees, 5 minutes and 4 seconds. NGC 4659 is a galaxy in Coma-Virgo, magnitude 12.1, very intense core. 1.8 by 1.3 arc-minutes, but it's a spiral with lowercase a, so fairly mature, 62 million light-years distant. RA 1244.29, declination plus 13 degrees, 29 minutes and 53 seconds. NGC 4660 is that brightish, probably lenticular or elliptical galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 11.2, 2.1 by 1.7 arc-minutes. It's a flattened elliptical E5, 54 million light-years distant, RA 1244.32, declination plus 11 degrees, 11 minutes and 25 seconds. NGC 4662 is a wash of reflected street lamps from a roof tribe, but it's still visible in the field. Galaxy Canis Venatici, magnitude 12.7, 1.9 by 1.6 arc-minute, spiral with a bar, lowercase bc, 319 million light-years distant. RA 1244.26, declination plus 37 degrees, 7 minutes and 14 seconds. NGC 4663 seems to be quite apparent in the field, unless it's a different galaxy. In Virgo, magnitude 14, 1.1 by 0.8 arc-minute, spiral with bar, the lenticular class, 108 million light-years distant. RA 1244.47, declination minus 10 degrees, 11 minutes 53 seconds. I do believe we're seeing our NGC 4663 in the middle of the field. NGC 4664 we imaged earlier. It's also 4624, but it's nice to get a view of it under darker sky conditions. Galaxy Virgo, magnitude 10.5, 3.5 by 3.5 arc-minutes. Spiral with a bar, lenticular A, 60 million light-years distant. RA is 1245.06, declination 3 degrees, 3 minutes, 22 seconds above the celestial equator. And moving on. NGC 4665 was very close to NGC 4664, possibly there. Nope. 65 is also 4624, so I'm not sure why these both ended up. Hold on, let's maneuver to the next study. NGC 4666, possibly. Galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 10.7, makes sense. 4.5 by 1.4 arc-minute, makes sense. Spiral with a bar, lowercase c, brightish core for a C. 79 million light-years distant, RA 1245.08, declination just slightly south of the celestial equator by 27 minutes and 44 seconds. Okay, this is a little peculiar. We have an NGC 4668, a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 13.1, 1.4 by 0.8 arc-minute, spiral with a bar, lowercase cd. 73 million light-years distant, RA 1245.31 with a declination of minus 32.09, But I'm not seeing anything, and there were no adjustments, so I wonder if it's maybe a knot in this galaxy here. I'm going to push it out a little bit and see what happens when we go to our next study, because maybe we have completely stalled in terms of the drive mechanisms on the LOSMED D. Oh, you can hear it driving now, so apparently it has something to do with the previous white galaxy. Getting a little bit of reflected light from the roof tri with Galaxy NGC 4670 and Coma-Virgo, brightish. Galaxy magnitude 12.7, 1.4 by 1.2, spiral with a bar lenticular A, explains the bright core, 44 million light years distant, RA 124517, declination plus 270731. Got to rush, otherwise we are going to get more and more diminished views of more northerly studies. NGC 4671, Galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 14.5, pretty bright for that. 1.3 by 1.1 arc minute, but it is an elliptical, 134 million light years distant. Right Ascension is 124547 with a declination of minus 70410. I would say that magnitude 14.5 is photographic. It's probably closer to magnitude 13 visual. NGC 4673. Let us see. Okay, got a couple of galaxies here. Let's pick them up. You pick them. Galaxy in Coma-Virgo, magnitude 12.9, 1 by 0.8 arc minute, but this one is an elliptical, 316 million light years distant. RA 124534 with a declination of plus 27 degrees, 3 minutes 38 seconds. The aspect ratio on this is a little too broad. I would suspect it's this galaxy here as my candidate for NGC 4673. AdventuresInDeepSpace.com to get Steve Gottlieb's eyepiece instructions. It'll probably relate to both galaxies and maybe this brightish star. NGC 4674. I wasn't seeing it to begin with. That's that faintish galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 15, 1.6 by 0.5, aspect ratio works, spiral bar, lowercase a, and peculiarities. 63 million light years distant, RA 124603, declination minus 8 degrees, 39 minutes and 21 seconds. Okay, we've turned the corner at 12 minutes and 45 seconds for NGC 4676A, Galaxy in Coma-Virgo. It's faint, but it seems to be visible in the field despite reflected light. And there's a couple of galaxies, so we suspect one's going to be B. Magnitude 14.1, 1.4 by 0.6, spiral with a bar, lenticular A, 302 million light years distant, so it's a fairly large barred lenticular A. Right Ascension 124610 with a declination of plus 30 degrees, 43 minutes 56 seconds. And you can see why I have to push, because we're about to lose these northern galaxies. Let's go and call up our next study, which is going to be that neighbor. 4676b is a galaxy in Coma-Virgo, similar magnitude. 14.1, 1.4 by 0.6 arc minutes. However, it's a spiral A. I don't remember what the last one was, but it's 298 million light years distant. Right Ascension 124611 with a declination of plus 30 degrees, 43 minutes 23 seconds. Interesting view of this pair of 14.1 magnitude galaxies pushing up the magnification. And then I'm not sure about this streaking. Well, I reinitialized it, and the streaking seems to still be hinted at with 6 stacks in. Okay, we are culminating right about now, looking at the axis of the mount, counterweights. We should be seeing NGC, one or the other, 4678, a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 14.3, 0.9 by 0.5, spiral with peculiarity, 65 million light years distant. We know what causes the peculiarities. It's got a neighbor. RA 124941 with a declination of minus 4 degrees, 34 minutes and 49 seconds. I'm going to go to the next. We'll see if no, it's going to go to minus 39 degrees in Centaurus. There's no B on this, so we can assume, I don't understand why both galaxies aren't listed as an A or B, but let's move on. NGC 4680 is a galaxy in Virgo, but not turning up where we'd expect it. Maybe this one is it. Magnitude 13. Okay, I can live with that. 1.5 by 1.2 arc minutes spiral. 111 million light years distant. RA 124654. Declination minus 11 degrees. 38 minutes and 11 seconds. Very irregular looking galaxy indeed, with a bright star to the east. NGC 4682 is presenting a faint galaxy slightly to the east of center. Galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 12.1, 2.5 by 1.2 arc minutes, spiral with a bar, lowercase c, makes sense, 104 million light years distant. RA 124715 with a declination of minus 10 degrees, 3 minutes and 48 seconds. NGC 4684 seems pretty present at 30x. It's a galaxy in Virgo. Magnitude 11.4, 2.8 by 1.1 arc minutes, spiral with bar, lenticular A, 77 million light years distant. Right Ascension 124717, declination minus 2 degrees, 43 minutes and 38 seconds. Let's get a little more magnification on this one before we head out. NGC 4685 is a galaxy in Coma-Virgo, magnitude 12.6, brilliant core. 1.6 by 1 arc minute lenticular spiral, makes sense. 307 million light years distant, quite distant outside the Coma-Virgo group. RA is 124711 with a declination of plus 19 degrees, 27 minutes, 50 seconds. NGC 4687, wow, we're getting very close to that roof trine now. We're not going to see much of anything, but I'll give you the data. Galaxy in Canis Venus DC, magnitude 13.2, 0.7 by 0.6 arc minutes, elliptical, 123 million light years distant. RA is 124723, declination plus 35 degrees, 21 minutes, 7 seconds. Have a look at it at theskylive.com, where you'll get views a couple magnitudes better with much darker background skies at 150x over 30 arc minute fields, based on Mount Palomar and other Schmidt camera scopes back in the late 1940s, early 50s. And that's a nice place to start, because any amateur astronomer would want to get views like the ones of the Digitized Sky Survey at the eyepiece. NGC 4688 is vaguely visible as a large, faint nebulosity on the screen. I only detected it because I averted my sight. Wow, that even works on a screen, by the way. 4688 Galaxy Virgo, magnitude 11.9, 3.5 by 3.1 arc minutes, spiral with bar, lowercase c. It's that huge size that makes it difficult. 44 million light years distant, RA 124746, declination plus 4 degrees, 20 minutes and 8 seconds. NGC 4689 is visible in the field at 30x, pushing it up to 105. We're seeing a galaxy in Coma-Virgo, magnitude 10.9, 4.7 by 4 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase bc. 62 million light years distant, gives it a size of about 100,000 light years in diameter. RA is 124745 with a declination of plus 13 degrees, 45 minutes and 45 seconds, pushing up the magnification, centering it, and then heading on out. NGC 4690, there seem to be some trails on the screen, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the stars. 4690 is a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 12.9, 1.2 by 0.8 arc minute, lenticular spiral, 127 million light years distant, RA 124755, declination minus 1 degree, 39 minutes, 22 seconds. NGC 4691. Wonder what's going on in the sky overhead. Remember these two galaxies? It seemed familiar to me. 91 is a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 11.1. Doesn't quite cut it, does it? 2.7 by 2.5 arc minutes. Spire with a bar lenticular A, 46 million light years distant. RA, 124813 with a declination of -3, 1958. I do believe we're on the far side of the Coma-Virgo Galaxy group filament that extends over some vast range of galaxies that are much more distant, because we have almost covered 8 minutes of sky, even though it's been taking about an hour and more than an hour and a half to do so. Anyway, NGC 4691 is coming out quite nicely now after 11 stacks, so that delay was well worth it. NGC 4692 is being illuminated, the sky anyway, by the Rift Tri galaxy in Comma Berenices, magnitude 12.6, 1.1 by 1 arc minute elliptical galaxy with a ring around it, pushing it up. 358 million light years distant, right ascension 1247.55, declination plus 27 degrees, 13 minutes, 21 seconds. This is a rather large elliptical galaxy, somewhere around 125,000 light years in diameter. NGC 4694 is quite present in the field, galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 11.4. 3.3 by 1.6 arc minutes, spire with a bar, lenticular class, 56 million light years distant. Let's give it a little bit more magnification because it does seem to have some features. Right ascension 1248.15, declination plus 10 degrees, 59 minutes and 2 seconds. NGC 4694. Okay, you just had a spate of deep south galaxies which ended up catapulting us to NGC 4697. Galaxy in Virgo. Magnitude 9.2, 6.2 by 4.5 arc minute elliptical galaxy, 51 million light years distant. This galaxy is about 100,000 light years in diameter, slightly larger than our Milky Way, but far more luminous. Right ascension is 12 hours, 48 minutes, 35 seconds. Declination -5:48:01. And just speculating, if our galaxy was at this distance, it would probably be around some magnitude 11.5, not 9.2. NGC 4698 is a galaxy, as you might expect, with a very faint neighbor. In Virgo, magnitude 10.64 by 2.9 arc minutes in size, spire with a lowercase ab, so more like Messier 31. Ours is a BC. 55 million light years distant. RA 1248.23, declination plus 8 degrees, 29 minutes and 15 seconds. And at 150x, we're beginning to see some texture in its spiral arms. Our last study in this series is NGC 4699, a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 9.5, 3.8 by 2.8 arc minutes, spiral with a bar, lowercase b, 60 million light years distant, right ascension 12 hours, 49 minutes, 2 seconds, with a declination of -8 degrees, 39 minutes, 53 seconds. We're now about 24 minutes and 15 seconds into this astrovid. I think we might want to have a look at this using a 30-second exposure as our Carpe Noctem view based on NGC 4699, the last of the 4600 century studies for the evening. Let's watch as our first 30-second stack is revealed of NGC 4699. Take it up to 150 5x, 20 arc minute by 15 arc minute field. And probably going to go ahead. Well, we only got about 7 seconds less. Let's watch the second stack come up at 30 seconds. There we go. It got a little bit brighter and we saw more of its frontier. Let's go one more stack, and then I'm going to try a 60-second stack just for the heck of it to see if we get distended stars. And if we don't get distended stars, it means the tracking is quite good on the mount and the focus on stars is good, excellent as well. And when those two are combined and you don't have an off-axis guider, it would be really nice to get 60-second exposures because that's the equivalent of about a 100-inch eyepiece scope. So there we go. We've had our third stack and we're heading towards our fourth at 30 seconds. Let's try 60. Okay, here's our first stack at 60 seconds, 26 minutes into this astro bid. We're getting a duplication of stars, which tells me that the tracking's a wee bit off, or that the scope is mounted on a tripod. The tripod is on the track's floor, but there is some flex, so I could have made some kind of movement. I've rarely gotten 60-second exposures to give me anything that I would consider to be pristine. And with that observation, I'm going to say, with 22 seconds left in the next stack, I can't quite say it yet. Let's watch one more stack come up at 60 seconds before I bail, and we'll be well under 30 minutes for this astro bid. 6, 5, oh, looks like it's aligning, it's stacking. Oh, there was a big expansion, and you know what, those stars look pretty good. Wow, it did a good job of stacking that. Very good. So effectively that was the second stack because it leverages off an earlier stack of a shorter period of exposure time. So with that, and without waiting another 35 seconds or so, I am about to say carpe noctem.